I just did elevator, ring elevator, aka the reverse muscle up. I did 4 of them, 4 singles, no failures. And the idea for the video popped in my mind. The ring muscle up are just a demonstration of the point that I'm about to prove. You have 3 mechanisms by which you can get stronger: neurological efficiency, technical efficiency, and muscle mass. You can hypertrophy, the increase of lean tissue. All of them will get you stronger. I like to give the analogy of the army. Neurological efficiency is basically the coordination between different muscle fibers within the same muscle group, and also the communication between different muscle fibers among different muscle groups. So imagine every exercise that you do. Now, let's say pull-ups, your forearm have to communicate with the biceps and with the lats and the posterior deltoids. It has to be performed in a particular time. So you pull with the elbow in the exact same time that you pull with, and so on. You get the idea? It's the communication between the soldiers. It's the coordination, how well coordinated are the soldiers. You have technical efficiency. Most people confuse between the two. But to give you the army analogy, technical efficiency is strategy. So the army can be 100% communicated, well coordinated, but they just didn't implement or don't have the best strategy towards war. Okay, you can split in a certain way, you can attack from here, come from the hill, and so forth. Okay, so technical efficiency in exercise is like, I will tell you in the pull-up, to squeeze the elbows in. Okay, you might have been well coordinated and communicated to pull like that. Your body got accustomed to it, it got efficient at it neurologically, but this is a better technique. Okay, and muscle mass, that's the last in our list mechanism by which you can get stronger, which is simply the addition of more muscle fibers or bigger muscle fibers. It is the simplest to understand in the army analogy. More soldiers having bigger army, bigger soldiers. Bigger soldiers can also be one example of that, but basically if your army is 300 people, unless you're Spartan, you have little chance against an army that is 3,000 soldiers big. Okay, so that most of the time will win, and the smaller, the less muscle mass you have, the less chance you have in the battle. Okay, not to be confused with total body mass, which also include your fat mass, which is not contractile tissue, which is irrelevant to the task. Therefore, it will actually make you weaker, but actual lean tissue. And not also to be mistaken with just being big, because we know that a lot of powerlifters and other strength athletes, they can perform the feats that we do. Calisthenic athletes, gymnasts. Why is that? Because you have to be big in the right places that are relevant for the sport. If you look at a gymnast, if you look at the calisthenic athletes, which muscle groups are the strongest, the biggest? It's arms, biceps, triceps, it's shoulders, it's posterior deltoid, and that's about it. Their torso is not huge, so they don't have huge chest, they don't have huge back or thick back. It might be relatively wide from a lot of pull-ups, but it's not thick and big and heavy. So it's much more of a sleek physique. I aesthetically like it, but the point of the video is you have to add muscle mass in certain muscle groups, and you do it in the right way by practicing the main movements. And depending on the level of advancement, you will practice different movements, okay? Because beginners and advanced, they will not practice the same skills. Remember, in calisthenics, we progress by changing exercises. So if a beginner focuses on handstands, bar muscle up, ring muscle up, those sort of beginner level skills, then you get to the handstand push-up, press handstand, one arm chin-up, then you get planche, you get front lever, you get back lever, then you have iron cross, you have planche on rings, Maltese. So you build muscle by practicing the sport. You're not reverse predominantly, you're not reverse engineering the gymnast. You can't build the gymnast physique in the gym. You build it on rings, on parallel bars, doing gymnast stuff. Practicing these skills, making sure that the muscle mass that you increase is in the relevant spot. And I did today 4 reverse muscle ups, 4 elevators, no missed reps, to prove a point. My point is that building muscle mass in the sport is crucial, because both neurological efficiency and technical efficiency, they are only relevant to the exercise, to the specifics of the exercise. So if you practice the ring muscle up, the technique is relevant mostly, if not all, just for the ring muscle up. Actually, most people, even efficient in ring muscle up, will still have some problems on bar muscle ups, and vice versa. When you practice planche, front lever, back lever, most of the neurological and technical efficiency will be relevant only to those exercises. But it is the muscle mass that you build via practice on rings with the main skills, depending on the level of advancements of yours, that will carry over to other exercises which you are yet to be efficient at, technically and neurologically. I never practiced ring elevator, ring muscle ups. It was never reverse muscle up. It was never my goal. I never practiced it. This is a rest day. I just tried it. Really, I wanted to do something because I felt kinda, Refael, you're sluggish today. Maybe you can get a workout in, but don't do a heavy workout that you will not be recovered from by the time that you have your next Maltese or cross session. I didn't want to hamper my recovery. So let's play on the rings. Okay, so I ended up actually trying ring elevator, and I got it. And I am not still technically efficient or neurologically efficient. I just have enough mass in the right places to now teach. Right? Remember the army? I can teach that muscle mass quite quickly, boom, how to be relevant to other strategies and exercises in our case. What I did today, a fast warm-up, 2 sets of handstand and 2 sets of dumbbell elevator to go over the motion, mostly to prepare, warm up the muscle groups. And then a slightly more specific warm-up on the rings. I did the backwards roll. Okay, so it's quite similar, but you finish in a ring support. And then I did a elevator, reverse muscle up. I didn't had anything in between. No specific elevator, reverse muscle up, even warm-ups with less weight or band assistance. Jump from backwards roll. But I was simply strong enough, having enough muscle mass, mostly in the biceps, as it is the weakest link in most people, ring elevator, breaking the bottom, the lower half of the bicep curl, basically bicep curling your whole body weight. For me, the handstand push-up, I knew it will be easy on the rings. I'm fine. I have enough shoulder and arms mass to perform it. I did today 4 reverse muscle up to prove a point. Building muscle mass is crucial. If you are actually trying to use gymnastic strength and calisthenics for other strength fields as a sport that will carry over to other physical qualities, but also other strength exercises, you should choose wisely. And it's different than simply practice for the sake of the skill. If I were to practice for the sake of the skill, I would maybe train the elevator. Prior to that, I had to train it for maybe 1 to 2 years, progressively overloading, increasing weight over time, lowering assistant over time, not not achieving them, just I focused on the reverse muscle up possibly prematurely. Now I just got it by practicing, having more muscle mass by practicing the main movements of the sport. And yeah, I'm glad it actually felt great. I supersetted it with some like prison chin-ups, 5s on the right, 5s on the left, just for fun, for like a push and a pull. But I hope that you got the message for today. If you want more in-depth calisthenics content, please check the Bodyweight Tribe. Link is in the description if you're looking for one-on-one online coaching with me under my guidance. Again, link is in the description, refaelpaz.com. See you next time.